The House of Representatives has passed the Electoral Act Amendments Bill for third reading after yet another round of stormy session. It also passed the contentious 3% equity for host communities in the Petroleum Industry Bill as opposition legislators staged a walkout. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues.
After Thursday's fireworks, the legislators are back to resume the clause-by-clause consideration of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, but the thorny Section 52 subsection 2 still stands in their way as opposing camps maintain their grounds. The NCC team is on hand to provide further insight that will enable members take informed decision.
The most common here, for instance,
the Commission says only about 50% of Nigeria's 119,000 polling units are covered with network.
Half of the polling units were covered with 2G/3G services, that is both 2G and 3G services. Roughly about 50.3% of those, then about 49.7% did not have any coverage at all.
Just before the House resolved into the Committee of the Whole, the Speaker advised that all other clauses be considered while they return to the controversial Section 52 much later.
Against any, that's a bit.
At the Committee of the Whole, the minority leadership insists ruling was not taken on the clause on Thursday, but the Deputy Speaker ruled otherwise and another round of commotion broke out.
I wouldn't think that it will do us any favor or we gain any advantage if we begin to presume that we have voted on 52.
And the opposition members staged a walkout.
If I say you are not part of it, it's a different entirely. You are entitled to our opinion, and that's the meaning of democracy. Thank you very much. We are grateful.
The walkout paves way for the passage of the bill for third reading, as the House also considered and passed the conference report on PIB. The Speaker then gives reasons why INEC should use its discretion to determine which manner of result transmission to use.
This PIB will not suffer the same fate it has been suffering for the past 20 years. If there's any need in future, we can amend whatever there is to amend in future. But for now, it has been passed by the Senate. We have rules to follow. And it is those rules that we are following now.
Lawmakers have proceeded on their annual vacation to resume on the 14th of September. All committee activities have also been suspended by the Speaker to enable legislators have adequate rest and bond more with their family members. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
Spokesperson of the National Consultative Front, Tanko Yunusa, joins us to share his thoughts on the controversy surrounding the electronic transfer of election results. Thank you very much for joining us on TVC News at 7. Both chambers of the National Assembly have now passed the Electoral Act Amendments Bill, but with some level of controversy. What is the reaction to this development?
It is unbelievable that we'll have to resort to looking for ways of this manner in order to clarify or give credibility to our election process. I find it difficult to understand when I, as I'm standing with you here, can communicate with you and I can communicate with people in America and United States. And it is so difficult for us to only find a way of transmitting results. We're not saying electronic voting. We are only saying transmission of results. That means the simple way of just getting across to the people saying that, look, even though INEC has a way of collating results, normally all agents at the polling station will collate the result and then everybody will sign to it. The officer will only snap the result, as it were, and transmit directly to INEC. That way, eliminating that collation, that notorious collation center that give room for manipulation, give room for agitation, it gives room for violence, it gives room for thuggery. Those ones that can easily eliminate this particular situation from happening.
All right, Mr. Yunusa.
It's so difficult for us to only pass that particular.
Okay, but as it is now, neither of the chambers of the National Assembly has outrightly said there won't be electronic transmission of results. It has only pegged it at the discretion of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, and the National Assembly. Do you think there is an issue with that? Would that in any way affect the integrity of the electoral process?
Of course it will, because anybody who is in power can manipulate. The executive who are in charge of the NCC belong to a political party, and then the National Assembly is already controlled by a political party. We can decide twice, rather than an independent electoral body who can do it. And then this word be may or shall. It should be shall, not may. May is just subjective. When it is shared affirmative, give the power, and this constitution is contradictory to Section 78 of the Electoral Act, which gives power to the INEC election and give result to the election. So now we dilly on the classification, and it is giving us a very, very bad look, and it shows that people who are supposed to be defending the integrity of our democratic system are the one causing mayhem and making it look stupid. And people are not stupid.
All right, Mr. Yunusa.
So we will have to challenge it any way we have.
Okay, well, this issue for some time has proven a hard nut to crack, to the point that the National Assembly descended into a rowdy session yesterday, Thursday, and the members of the House of Representatives actually had to adjourn till today to find some solution to it. The NCC chairman was there, and then he spoke about the fact that there isn't adequate penetration yet of network in Nigeria. How do you suggest that the system, the INEC should be able to operate the system when there isn't adequate penetration? I mean, where...
We should be ashamed of ourselves. The NCC should be ashamed of itself for even coming out to make that particular statement. When you go to Google Net, it's very easy for you to access anywhere in this world. The whole world is already covered by internet. What is so difficult for them to get to all the villages in Nigeria if we can easily access America and United States and UK or Russia? Is it not shameful for us that we are very, very difficult to only access our own villages in Nigeria? They should have been ashamed of themselves. They should put everything right in order just to transmit results. We're not saying electronic voting for crying out loud, just to send voting, but they can make availability of internet for transmission of money or payment of transfer.
All right, Mr. Yunusa, your thoughts are well appreciated at this time. Tanko Yunusa is a spokesperson of the National Consultative Front. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 7.